TVN, the station that inspires.
Hello everyone, my name is Rashida Conte. Today in the studio with me I have my own brother from a motherland, a brother that I can call my own, a brother that is a writer, an inspirer, and also a youth in the community of the Sierra Leone Center. Here on ECTVN, we welcome brother Mohamed Kamara. My brother, we welcome you.
Thank you very much.
We're in the studio. We just invited you because we want to talk about your first production.
That's right.
A book that is called Diamond in the Rough, The Reason Why I Survived. Just wanted to take us inside in depth. What was the inspiration behind writing the book?
Well, it was so many inspiration behind this story. I have to take it back, back home in Sierra Leone. When I was a child, I never thought I was going to be an author to this day. But what really inspired me to really get down to details about this book is honestly, my struggles, what I've been through as a child. My mother was one of my biggest, inspiration. She actually motivated me, to be who I am today. But this book actually came from my struggles. And I just want to, to let people know that no matter the struggle it is, no matter, how hard life takes you, man, it's always, you have a story to tell. And this is my story. I wanted to impact our youth, our youth in Sierra Leone, our youth here in the U.S., I wanted to impact our community. And with this story, it can definitely impact our people. And that's what actually inspired me to write this story, to change the minds of other people, to impact our youth, to let them know that you can do it no matter the situation it is.
Wow, thank you. Our next question is, as I read the book, it's a very interesting book, I must confess. As I read the book from chapter 1 to 8, there's so many times where you venture out.
Yep, absolutely.
And every time you go out, my heart skips. And I just want to know, what was, because you were like the farmer, the cook, the doctor, what was the inspiration of you just going out in the midst of fire, in the midst of gunshot, in the midst of death, in the midst of atrocities that you were not even, foreseen ahead of time? What was the need for it? What causes you? What was the fire in you that said, I have to feed, I have to heal, and I have to protect?
Well, during the war, my father was absent. He was gone most of the time. And I was the oldest boy in our community. I was supposed to step up to the plate, in the absence of my father. So, just looking at my siblings and my mother, to see how they're struggling with hunger, with thirst. So that motivated me to step out. I know the danger ahead of me. I know what I put myself into. But if I can't do it, no one else can. My siblings, they was younger than me. So I have to step up to the plate. I'm like, you know what? I got to do this to support my family. So I venture out, in other villages to find food.
Right.
Leftover foods for weeks, even months. I got to do it to support my family because, they depend on me at that time because my father wasn't there. So I have to do what I have to do. Even though I was captured several times when I was ventured out. Right. But I have to do it to support my family, to make sure that my family are okay, to make sure everybody's together. Because I know everybody's depending on me at this time. I have to make sure that I am the soldier that everybody's going to look up to. So that will really allow me to do what I have to do because of my family and my siblings.
In regards to your friends, you mentioned a few of your friends. I remember you talk about Pastori, you talk about Chris, right, Abdul. I just want, even the old lady, Mami Fatu, yep, whom you thought was pretty much like a setup, so to speak. I just wanted to know, do you still keep in touch with those people? Do you know where they are? Or are they, still alive? Like the older ones, I know the younger ones, maybe they are, maybe they are not. Do you still reach out to them or their families? Or do any of your family members still try to reach out to those people? Because you guys seem like you had a great connection and a great brotherhood that was just like for example, Pastor Ori was the first person, as I read, you said he said to you, my brother, I believe that was like a word of prophecy.
Absolutely,
And prophecy does not come from only a man or woman of God, even from a child. And he said to you, oh, you are going to be great someday.
Yes.
And today I can actually stand here and attest to that. So do you guys still keep in touch, and do you reflect on those words that you guys, communicated with one another?
Well, honestly, those friends of mine, they really kept me going during the war, because those are the people that I can lean to when I need someone to talk to at the time. Even though times was hard, right now, because I traveled back in Sierra Leone in 2013.
Oh wow!
Just to see if those friends of mine, they're still alive. Because right after the war in 2001, I had the opportunity to travel to the state, and then we all separated. Everybody went their separate ways. Because during the war, you have to do what you have to do, to survive. So for me to, I wish I can still say I can keep in contact with them, but at this point in time, I have no idea where they are. I don't know if they're still alive or dead. But in terms of Pastor Ori, I still have in contact with him.
Okay.
Yeah, so he was the first person that ever said to me. I remember one time, we was talking, and then he came. It was early in the morning, around 2-3 a.m. And he said to me, "Brother, I know one day you're gonna be successful." And I look at him, I say, "Wow, those words really mean so much to me." At the time, I was still in Sierra Leone. I have no idea what success is like. So for him to say those words, I carry those words with me all the time, and I think about what he said to me. And when I went back in Sierra Leone in 2013, I actually went back and I saw Pastor Ori.
Oh, wow.
And was able to reconnect, and then just to talk about the past and the things that we have done together as friends. And time to time I try to support him as I can, because he was there for me when I needed him.
Absolutely. Wow, that's a great story. Definitely, we know the book is being sold all over. It's on Amazon, and of course, you can also reach out to him to get the book. And I understand there's going to be a book launch on when? July 29th?
July 29th.
Okay,
that's right.
It's going to be in the Bronx, so
Yep.
definitely it's going to start at 2 o'clock. If you can just give an invitation, everyone is invited. Let's just come and support our brother, our very own in the community, and an inspirator. And let us come out and support him. I'm sure he's going to give us a formal invitation, so if you would like to invite anyone, please feel free.
Yes, guys. It wasn't an easy journey, honestly. To come up with the story in the first place. Because I was a child. I was 6 years old during the war, and for me to remember these things, I have to reflect back, towards my mother and my father, and I have to call my mother all the time when I was writing the book. Do remember what happened this year and that year, what day, this village and that village, so, and finally the book is finally out, man. It took me 7 years for this book to come out, and, like I promised you guys before, the book is, the book is here now, and I'm officially having a book launching, and everybody's invited, guys. Come, support your Sierra Leone brother, your African brother. We all together, man. We all from Africa at the end of the day. We can support each other. Let's make each other successful. Book launch is right in the Bronx on Marion Avenue. All right? I'll be there, and there's going to be a lot of people there. So come support me.
Well, thank you very much for being with us in the studio. Definitely, we'll reach out to you next time for our next session, just to continue more in depth in the book.
Yes.
Thank you, viewers. Thank you very much for connecting with us in ECTVN. Thank you, and have a blessed day.
Thank you.
ECTVN, the station that inspires.